Okay, today's workout, we have Cafe Latte, one of my go-to drinks when I go to Starbucks. I like to go almond milk as opposed to using dairy, but definitely a high quality drink. So we're looking for another 5 rounds today, still sticking with that 45-second working period, 15 seconds of recovery. Today we're looking for some step up to overhead press on the right side, step up to overhead press on the left side, some spider planks, some bridges, some bicycle crunches, and we're going to get that heart rate up with the last movement using the jump rope or jumping jacks if you don't have a jump rope. So either way, we're going to use a little bit of resistance here, either with a gallon jug, some dumbbells, whatever you have at home, and let's jump on into that first movement. Alright, so we're using a step if you have one in your home, either a stair, maybe the first 2 stairs you can use. Either way, we're going to keep that weight and that right foot planted on that step, and we're really pushing down through that right heel. We're going to work our way back and a little bit of a dip down, almost into a reverse lunge, but we're keeping those gallon jugs nice and front racked into that position. And it's a little tough to tell out of frame here, but you can see Caitlin is pressing the right arm overhead as she gets to that top position. As she controls back, that weight and goes back into that front rack position. So we're just using that right side on this one. So we're pushing through the right heel to get ourselves back up, and then continue overhead with that right arm press. And we're just going to work that right side for a few more seconds. Alright, let's get those weights back into that front rack position, and this time we're going to keep that left foot on that stair or step, whatever you have. And what we're doing here is keeping the weight in the left heel as we come out of that low position, and as we reach that top position, we're going to continue overhead with that shoulder press on the left arm. So it's only the left arm moving. I know it's a little hard to tell out of frame here, but it's just that left arm pressing as we get to the top of that upright position, and then back down as we start to work our way off the back of that step.
It's getting closer to midnight. I try to get closer to you.
Alright, one of my favorite core movements, the spider plank, Spider-Man, whatever you want to call it. Either way, we're starting in that push-up position. Hands are set up right underneath your shoulders, and we're up on your toes, and we're going to swing one knee out wide and up towards the outside of the elbow on the same side. Now notice Caitlin's kind of looking at the knee that's coming up each time she does that. That's going to help us get almost a little bit of a side crunch into those abs as that knee swings out and up towards that elbow. So the whole goal here is not only to keep those abs tight in that plank position, but get a little bit of a side crunch as that knee swings up towards that elbow.
I try to focus on breathing. My heart is skipping a beat. Your lips against a red cup makes me lose my mind completely. Ooh, I can taste it.
Alright, now we get to go down onto your back. We're going to have your knees bent with your heels towards your fingertips as your arms are outstretched there. We're going to keep the weight in your heels and use that pressure in your heels to drive down into the ground to push your hips as high as you can towards the ceiling. The objective here is as those hips get high, that we're squeezing your butt as tight as you can. That's what makes this movement as effective as it can be, is making sure that we squeeze the butt as tight as you can. So you can do this unloaded like Caitlin is doing now, or if you have those gallon jugs, dumbbells, or any kind of resistance, you can have that held on your hips to add some resistance to that movement, which is going to help strengthen those glutes and those hamstrings even more.
Adore you, trying my best
All right, so we're good to stay down on your back. Now we're gonna get into some bicycle crunches. So we're hitting those abs a little bit more. So we've got your hands back right behind your head, just gently supporting. And your elbows are staying nice and wide as we go. When we pull one knee in, we go across with the opposite shoulder and elbow to try to meet in the middle there. You don't necessarily have to touch the elbow to the knee, but it's making sure that that shoulder is crunching across towards that knee as it comes in. And the other leg is subsequently going out into an extended position. That's a little too challenging, much kind of Caitlin just did. You can always reach the heel down to the ground to add a little bit of an element of support so it's not as much strain on the abs and the lower back.
It's getting closer to midnight. I try to get closer to you. Drinking courage from my red cup now.
All right, and we're wrapping this round up with some jump rope. If you don't have a jump rope, you can always do jumping jacks, or you can set a timer or bring it with you to do a 45-second outdoor jog to get that heart rate up. Either way, our goal with this last exercise of the round is to get that heart rate up. If you're using a jump rope like Caitlin is, you can see she's staying nice and light on the balls of her feet. That's where a lot of that spring will come and help you get into that little bit of a bouncing movement. Very soft bend in the knees as she lands. She quickly jumps right back into that little bit of a hop, so there's just enough room for that rope to pass underneath. Her hands are lightly grabbing the end of that jump rope, and she's got that nice flick of the wrist with her arms relaxed just slightly out in front of her hips so that that rope can pass nice and smoothly under her toes. All right, so that is one round down, 4 more to go. Remember, we're looking for a total of 5 rounds here. So set your app up to match that work set, rest set ratio. And when you're done, be sure to post that sweaty selfie in the Facebook group and post in the comment section of the video what you thought and let us know how we're doing. All right, we'll see you on the next workout.